Namaskar, this is Prantik Chakraborty and I am here for the first session, for the first lecture of legal curriculum in its YouTube channel. Before going into the lecture, I'd request everyone to stay at their homes wherever you are across the globe, because we together can get over this tough situation which the world is facing, including India. So wherever you are, please stay at your home, please stay at your places and don't go out, because we need to get out of this situation as early as possible. And as I believe, every dark cloud has a silver lining. So we'll get out of this situation together very soon. And once we get out of this situation, we need to get prepared. We need to have ourselves prepared. So this session, I will deal with methods of preparation for law students in this lockdown phase. You are in a lockdown. Yes, it is a crisis time. Yes, your mental condition is not at all in a proper state, but you have to get yourself prepared. You have to be mentally strong enough to do what you are doing. Like the law students has to get themselves prepared, because once the lockdown gets over, we will not get much of time in whatever we have to do. So I have divided this methods of preparation in 3 categories. You can clearly see. The first category is students pursuing law. The second category is students just completed LLB or LLM. And the third one is students preparing for competitive exams. Everybody should have to be in their toes, up to the mark. Once the lockdown is over, we will run fast. We will achieve what we thought of. First of all, if you are a student pursuing law, what you have to do in this lockdown phase? The first thing is proper preparation of present law papers. Yes, you might be in a semester, you might be in a year, you might be pursuing a master's. What you have to do is that you have to get proper preparation of your present law papers. Say if you are studying in a semester which has subjects like tort, if you are studying in a semester which has a subject like CRPC, CPC, IPC, you are getting time to get prepared in a more detailed way. You are getting time to get prepared in an elaborate way, which in the rest of the semesters you might not have got that time. Coming to the second one is revision. This is highly important. Now, when you are getting an ample amount of time in your home to stay, which normally you don't get, don't misutilize this time. Revise your previous year papers. Revise the papers especially in which you think you are not that much competent. Say if you are not properly prepared or not, you think you are lacking in a subject like contract, go back to that paper and study that. Go through the sections once more. Try to get the sections clear, because this is the time, this is a time where you can make it up to the lackings you have. So besides preparing your current papers, go to the previous year's papers and try to get out of the problems you had by revising it again and again. And also you can revise not only this, the papers that you are having problem with, you can revise the papers you are good enough with, because revision makes more perfect, will bring perfection in you. The number 3, study case laws. That is very important. Due to the heavyweight syllabus, we get very less time to prepare case laws outside our syllabus. But this is the time where you can prepare case laws. Take for an example, if you have studied IPC, you have studied murder and culpable homicide, try to find out current case laws, try to find out legendary case laws. You will get a lot of websites. You might have books also where you can get the legendary judgments of the Supreme Court or any honorable high courts. You have to get prepared at that. If you have already studied defamation in tort, try to find out the case laws regarding defamation. Try to find out the case laws regarding void agreements. Try to go through the case laws beyond your syllabus, because the case laws, the judicial precedents will help you in your entire future. And who knows, you might gain the practice, might gain the habit of preparing case laws, of studying case laws. So this is a very vital point. Coming to the next point, groom yourself. Yes, this is the time to groom yourself. You can groom yourself by studying. You can groom yourself by looking into the practical approaches of law. You can groom yourself by studying. We are not everyone so much good in English, but English, the basic English is needed to pursue law, because law is no more pursued in any regional languages. So you can go through and try to develop your English skills, try to develop your spoken English skills, try to go through the lectures of eminent personalities regarding law. You'll get it in the internet. Today is the world of the internet. You see them, try to understand what they are saying, try to understand why they are saying all this. So it is very important that you should try to groom yourself, groom in all aspects, how you will tackle things, how you will deliver, how you are thinking of yourself in future, what you are thinking of yourself in future. Everything, it's the high time, and it's the time that will help you to groom yourself. You are having the time to groom yourself, so don't miss this opportunity. So these are the points that the students pursuing law should look after. The 4 points, once again I am saying: number 1, proper preparation of present law papers; number 2, revision; number 3, study case laws; and number 4, grooming. Coming to the next part, students just completed LLB or LLM. You have just completed your law degree. Now what will you do? Number 1, revision. As I have said, that is a very important part. Revise the subjects that you have studied in your entire law career. Especially focus on the subjects that you think you were weak at. Number 2, study case laws. Again, whether you are a student pursuing law, whether you are pass out, whether you are practicing advocate, whether you are doing a job in the corporates, whatever you are doing, whether you are teaching, whatever you are doing, try to read more and more case laws, because that will help you to enrich yourself and help you to interpret a situation, a legal problem. It will help you in all aspects of your legal career. Coming to the third point, research about different scopes in legal studies, but legal field. It is very important. You have to know what are the scopes available after studying law, and this is the best time. You are in home, you are in quarantine. Please go through the internet, consult your seniors, try to talk with the personalities, eminent personalities you know from the law background. Try to do whatever you want, but try to find out the scopes, because law is no more a field where you can, after passing out law, you'll go and practice, you'll be an advocate. No, there are a lot of scopes after studying law in these days. You have to find out. You have to find out the job opportunities, what are available, because you have already passed LLB or LLM, master's degree. You are already a degree holder in law. Once the lockdown gets over, you can go and apply for that, for those jobs. So for that, first of all, you need to know what are the scopes available after studying law, because there are plenty of scopes throughout the world, not only in our nation. If you have completed LLB, you should try to know what are the new subjects in which you can pursue masters at. If you have completed masters and thinking what I will do after this, you have to get the research. You have to go through the research so that you come to know about different fields of legal studies. Next point is conversation and interaction with proper persons. That is very important. You as a law degree holder, now it's a high time to talk with the persons. They are also at home. Try to talk to your seniors who are practicing at the court. Try to talk to the seniors who are practicing at, say, any corporate house. Try to talk to a senior who is a teacher, law teacher. You will get the ideas. And if you are also facing some problems in some topics, if you are not able to understand the concept of, take an example, innuendo and defamation, talk to a senior who might help you out. If you are not able to find out the proper distinction between culpable homicide and murder, nothing to worry. Go to a senior, talk to your teachers, they are also at home, and try to find out, try to get clear about the topics. Don't let the things to hide. Try to get the things clear. And next, again, groom yourself. That is very important, grooming. I have already spoken about grooming. So grooming is very important. Grooming means everything. Grooming your diction, grooming your behavior, grooming your attitude, and how you can do it by preparing. Everything comes from practice. Nobody from birth has everything in him or her. You have to do the practice. Try to go through the speeches of the eminent personalities from legal background, eminent speakers from legal background, and groom yourself. Try to, if you are weak in English, try to develop as much as you can. It is not at all necessary to know English like Shakespeare used to say, but you have to know the basic English in which you can communicate. So if you are lacking in that, nothing to worry, because this is the time, the quarantine period, the lockdown period, where you can try to get out of these problems by practicing, by grooming yourself. So students just completed LLB and LLM should follow revision part, study case laws, study MCQs, research about different scopes and legal fields, conversation and interaction with proper persons, and groom yourself. Now coming to the last category, that is students preparing for competitive exams. You can clearly see the students preparing for competitive exams. Again, if you are thinking before the lockdown, you are getting prepared for the CLAT 2020 exam that is coming up. You are getting prepared from any judicial service examinations, any law officer examinations, any labor officer examination, any other examinations. So this is the high time. You have got some time to get prepared in a better way. This is the time. You don't have to go to the coaching centers also right now, because that time is also said. Yes, once the lockdown gets over, you have to go. You need mentors, you need guides. But right now, when there is no guide available physically, you can consult with them in online classes. You can consult with them over the phone, over message, over WhatsApp, over mail. And what you can do is that, besides doing all this, you are getting enough time to revise the papers, revise the topics that has been already taught by your guide, or you are getting prepared. So revise that papers properly. Number 2, case laws. I will be not elaborating any more about case law, because I have already elaborated primarily that case laws is a must. If you are giving a competitive exam also, you have to know about the different case laws, because that a lot of question comes from the relevant case laws or the important case judgments. Now coming to study MCQs, very important, because any kind of exam, MCQ will be a part of it. Whether it can be an integral part or it can be a partial part, but MCQs you have to know if you are appearing for a competitive exam. Study the sections properly from the bare acts to know the MCQs. internet is there, you can use the internet. If your seniors have already cracked those exams, try to get the MCQs they have prepared, try to get their notes, the study materials they had, and study preparing those, especially focus on the MCQ part. Now next is prepare general knowledge. Yes, in many exams general knowledge is a very important part. So you should get prepared about the general knowledge. There are a lot of websites. Study newspapers, read newspapers, go through news channels every day and try to get well prepared about the general knowledge. And again, you can consult any seniors, any guide who can provide you with the general knowledge study materials also. But get acquainted properly with the general knowledge, especially the current affairs of last 1.5 years, 2 years, because that will have questions in any competitive exams coming up. Now, and besides all this, if there are some subjects like logical reasoning, like mathematics, in some of the exams we see that there are some question comes from mathematics, some question comes from history, some question comes from logical reasoning, some question comes from English. So get prepared with all this. You have ample time to get all these things prepared. And so this is what I had to say in my first session. I won't make it much more longer because this is the time where you need to fight with the deadly coronavirus, and you need to also get prepared properly so that once it gets over, once the world sees the sun's shine, bright, sunny, and a corona-free morning, at that moment of time, you need to have the preparation properly done so that you can fight the obstacles of your life and you can achieve what you aim for. So don't waste your time. Be at home, stay safe, stay in quarantine, and get prepared as much as you can. Thank you everyone. We'll join in the next lecture session once again.